Does exercising feel like a form of torture to you? If you would have asked me that question 6 months ago, I would have said, heck yeah. So I have been chronically ill for 17 years. I have psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, fibromyalgia, abdominal adhesions, permanent nerve damage. That's just to name a few. You can learn more about my conditions and my limitations and the struggles that I face on a daily basis over at my website, thedisableddiva.com. Now, prior to becoming chronically ill, I used to exercise pretty much every day. And believe it or not, I was skinny. Unfortunately, I have gained a lot of weight throughout my chronic life. Some of it was medication. Oops, pop a pill, gained 10 pounds. Hey me. But in all honesty, most of my weight gain has come from my inactivity, from not getting out of bed, from being in too much pain to get out of bed and to move my body, and from fear of pain. So, like I said, gained some weight, not happy about it. So I would have some good spells and be like, that's it. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to take off the weight. I can do this. And I'd get all excited. But then I'd give up. Sometimes after 1 or 2 workouts. Why? Because it freaking hurt. Let's face it, it really did feel like torture. The reason I would give up, while I would say it was because of my pain, it's not the truth. The truth is, the pain was the result of the mistakes I was making. And I was making some doozies. The first mistake that I made was in regards to my expectations. They were unrealistic. 2, I chose forms of exercise that were difficult for me even back when I was healthy. And 3, my goals were short term. It was ridiculous for me to expect my body, my chronic body, to be able to do what used to be challenging and difficult for me when I wasn't sick. And while weight loss is a great goal, it wasn't enough because, again, it was a short-term goal. I needed long-term goals. So while everybody was making their New Year's resolutions, I made a life commitment. I committed to stop aiding my illnesses in the destruction of my body. They can keep trying to get me down and to bring me down, but I'm not going to help them anymore. In order to keep my commitment and to make exercise something I can do on a regular basis possible, I had to stop fighting my body and I had to start working with it. I had to think outside the box, stop focusing on what I used to be able to do, and instead listen to my body and think, well, what can I do now? And by doing that and paying attention to what muscles will cause pain in certain areas, stuff like that, I've been able to find exercises that work with my body. I had to get real and recognize that I can't just jump into an hour-long workout and not expect to be knocked down. My body can't handle that. I had to be okay with my beginning workouts being 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Now, over time, my stamina has increased. And on a really good day, I can now work out for 60 to 80 minutes. It's wonderful. But that's not every day. Because we do flare. Let's face it, flares happen. And the thing is, I can't let the flares get me down. I can't let them discourage me. I may take a couple steps back, but that's okay. I'll just start back at that lower level and I'll work my way back up. There may be another flare before that happens. so be it. I have to be happy with the fact that I'm trying and that I'm making the effort. How long it is, it does not matter. What matters is that I'm doing it, and that on my good days, it is more than what I could do. And what I have to remember the most is that when I am looking at where I'm growing from, I have to keep it within my chronic life. I cannot compare what I am doing now with what I did before I was sick. I listen to my body. There are some days where I'm up to a strenuous cardio workout. And there's some days where it's yoga for seniors. You know, do what you can. I won't torture myself when I am flaring because I don't want to hurt myself. That will completely defeat the purpose. So when my body really needs its rest, I give it to it. And when I'm recovered, like I said, I go back, I reassess where I'm at, and I just start over again, wherever that level may be. In addition to being realistic about what I can do, I had to get real about how often and when. Let's face it, when you live with, I don't care if you have just one, or you're like me and you have multiple chronic illnesses, every day is a surprise party. I have no clue on any given day or hour what part of my body is going to be rebelling, what part is going to be hurting, which one of my conditions is going to decide we're flaring today. I have no idea. For me to say, oh, I'm going to exercise every single day, well, I've just set myself up for failure because, hello, flares happen. So what I do is I've committed to where my goal is to exercise anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week. But I'm flexible with that. Again, because I don't know how I'm going to feel every day, or how I'm going to feel every morning, afternoon, or every evening. Every day is different. Because I can't predict how I'm going to be feeling, I can't sit there and say, I'm going to exercise for so many minutes or whatever on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at this time and this time. I can't do that because, again, I don't know. And then again, I set myself up for failure. Instead, what I do, like I said, I have in my mind how many times a week I want to exercise, and that's my goal. I want to reach those goals. But I have no expectation on when I'm going to do it. I do it when I feel like I can. I don't let my pain become an excuse to not try. This morning, I could have very well easily said, no, I can't exercise. I am in so much pain, because I did. I woke up, my shoulders hurt so bad that, seriously, I wanted to cry. But I had a friend coming over. We were going to resume our scheduled exercises, and I know I say I don't schedule, but I do have a workout buddy, and we do need a schedule. But she also understands, and there has been times when she's come over and I said, I can't, but she does. I let her, she exercises, and I sit on the couch or in my recliner and I talk with her. So while I have set schedules for the times her and I get together, it doesn't always mean that I'm exercising during that. So it happens when it happens. But like I said, so today I could have canceled. I was in a lot of pain. But instead of doing our normal routine, which I knew would have been really painful with the pain that I was already experiencing, I broke out my Yoga for Seniors DVD, and we did that instead. And I'm glad I did, because it actually decreased the pain level that I had in my shoulders. And that was a good thing. So not only am I flexible on when I exercise, I'm also flexible on what form of exercise I'm going to do. While weight loss itself is a good goal, don't get me wrong, it's an excellent goal, it's a temporary goal. And I needed a lifetime goal, a long-term goal. And not even just long-term, lifetime. Because let's face it, I don't care how heavy you are, there's only so many pounds we can lose, right? So I don't look at my exercising as a means to lose weight. What weight I do lose and have lost, that's been great. Do I want to lose more? Yes. And you know what? It will. It'll come off. It's going to happen. But slowly, and that's okay, because you know what? I didn't put it on overnight. It's not going to come off overnight, and I don't have the body that is able to physically combat it the way I did before. And that's okay. I'm just going to take my time. What matters is that I am doing something for my body that's going to help it in the long run, that is going to help me be as healthy as I can with all my chronic illnesses until the day I die. And that's what's important. In the last few months, I've only lost 5 pounds. And some might be like, oh, well, that really sucks. You're doing all this work and that's all you lost. But you know what I say? Hooray, I lost 5 freaking pounds. That's great. Because that wasn't my goal. And so it's the icing on the cake then. What's really important is what I've noticed in my daily life. And that is, my good days are better than they were before. My stamina has increased, not just with exercising, but in what I can do on a good day. And not just my good days. My bad days are better than what they used to be. And that's, to me, the most important, and not just the most important reason, but that's my motivation to keep going, because the more I can do, the more I feel alive, and the more I enjoy life. And last but not least, I stopped comparing myself and my abilities to the abilities of others, whether they be chronically ill or not. But not just other people. I had to stop comparing chronic diva with my old self. I can't go back to my pre-chronic life. I am chronically ill, and that is something I have to deal with and live with for the rest of my life. My conditions are not curable, so they're here to stay. I can pretend that they're not, but what's that going to get me? And I can continue to fight them, but I did that for 17 years. Fighting my conditions just put me back in bed and knocked me down and stopped my life. I'm working with them now. I'm listening to my body, I'm getting to know it, and I'm doing things for it that are better. And it's rewarding me. Have you committed to exercising on a regular basis? If not, what's holding you back? Are you having a hard time finding an exercise that doesn't increase your pain level? Are your expectations realistic? Or are you still hoping that someday you're going to wake up and be cured? Or are your expectations and everything you're trying parts of your old life? Trust me, if anybody gets it, I do. And that is, it is so hard to constantly be reminded of the things we can't do anymore. But the truth of it is, we're going to have to face these things for the rest of our life. And it is a process that we have to go through over and over and over. I just hope you won't wait as long as I did to let go of your old life. Because you can't move on. It's an anchor. You have to let it go. If you have committed to exercising and are doing it as regularly as possible, congratulations and keep up the good work. So that about wraps up today's video, and I would love to hear from you. Please leave any comments down below about any questions you may have for me. Share what exercises you like doing, how they're helping you, maybe what symptoms they help with. Also, maybe there's an exercise that you're like, oh no, don't do this because, this is what it did to me. Share that too. There are exercises I will not do because they do cause pain, and we do have to remember that. Our bodies, we have to do what's best for them, and there are some things that are going to be worse and some things that are going to be better. What you have to do is listen to your body, find what works, and do it.